Hey everyone, Gill Gross here post-match. Aryna Sabalenka versus Elena Rybakina, Australian Open 2023 final. If you're not here for spoilers, click off the video in 3, 2, 1. First major title for Aryna Sabalenka. She is your 2023 Australian Open champion, coming through a supremely high-quality, classic 3-set final against Rybakina, taking it 6-4 in the third set. Somewhat poetically, I might add, because so much of Rybakina's pain in majors until this event was 6-4 in the third the other way. 0-3 in major semifinals, 6-4 in the third in all three. Sabalenka comes through after winning Adelaide, undefeated start to 2023. Impeccable. Wow. What a story this is. What an improvement arc this is. Sabalenka comes in and shows impeccable emotional control in this match. And as she's done all year, night and day improvement on her serve from where it was exactly a year ago in Australia, where the double faults they reached embarrassing heights. Wow, has Sabalenka improved in the last 12 months. And what allowed her to do that? Well, first of all, she hired a biomechanical expert to retool the technique on her serve. So she was open-minded enough to go back to the garage and change her serve. And then from a mental standpoint, the move she made was almost the opposite. She fired her psychologist. She looked within herself and she said, I need to fix this. I need to figure out how to control my emotions on court. Forget everybody who's trying to help me. I can do this. All right, whatever works. It worked. Why did it take her until now to do this? I would argue it's because she hit rock bottom in 2022. And sometimes you need to hit rock bottom before you've felt enough pain to realize that it's time to make some serious, drastic changes. And Sabalenka, from 2018 through 2021, went 4 years in a row winning multiple titles every single season. Masters 1000 titles every single season. He's a top 5 player for the most part through that entire stretch. Well, in 2022, she took a step backwards. She took a downturn. And only when that happened was she able to make the changes that was required for her to reach new heights. Heights that she hadn't previously achieved, even when things were theoretically going well for her. Isn't that funny how that can happen? So I found that very interesting, that in the storyline, it took Sabalenka's worst season to get to where she is now, at the highest of highs as a major champion. So that's the storyline to me. Really, really rewarding and so well-deserved to see this for Sabalenka. And also a congratulations for Rybakina for a huge run, and now she's in the top 10, and that's enormous for her. Let's go to the match. I think the key here ends up being the second serve dynamic. That is what flips. Now, you could have made an argument in the first and the second set that it was about first serve percentage. That wasn't my view of it, but a lot of people were saying that. But in the third set, they made pretty much the same number of first serves. And really the difference here was the second serve dynamic. Because in the first set, it was advantage Rybakina. And in the second and the third set, it was advantage Sabalenka. And that is how the match played out. So first I want to talk about Sabalenka's serve. In the first set, Sabalenka hit a lot of double faults. And the reaction to that was, whoa, what's going on here? Is she going back to her old ways? Sabalenka hit 5 double faults in the first set on 12 second serve points. That was a huge reason why she was broken twice and why she lost the set. Enormous reason. But it wasn't because of the yips or because she relapsed in some way. It was because she was going after her second serve. She had made a tactical adjustment, and she was not hitting the kick serve, which is the serve that really she developed in order to get rid of the double fault issues. She used to only have a slice serve, a hard slice serve, and she wasn't able to kind of use her racket head acceleration and to put that into topspin instead of into, serve speed and a slice serve. And that's what made her serve consistent. But in this match, she made a decision that because of Rybakina's impeccable backhand and incredible, height, 6 feet, maybe 6 feet, so maybe 6'1", you don't want to hit a kick serve to her backhand. So Sabalenka starts hitting slice serves to the forehand, and in the first set, that resulted in double faults. I thought she took a little bit off the second serve at the start of the second set just to get her feel for it, and then she started ramping it up again. She did not change her tactic. The tactic in the first set that led to 5 double faults, she continued in the second and the third set. The only difference was execution. And the double faults went away, but it turned into a very effective second serve strategy because she was not hitting slower, attackable kick serves to Rybakina like Azarenka was, like Swiatek was. She showed Rybakina the hardest second serve that she had seen all tournament long. So, in the second set, Sabalenka, 64% second serve points won. In the third set, 47% second serve points won. Pretty good numbers. Rybakina, not so much. In the second set, 44%. So she's about 20% under Sabalenka. And then in the third set, Rybakina, 29%, 5 of 17. Now, what happened to Rybakina's second serve? Because it was a reversal. In the first set, she won 75%. Sorry to throw a lot of numbers out here. I hope you're staying with me here. But Rybakina was hitting the slow kick serve. And in the first set, it seemed like it was getting above Sabalenka's shoulders, and she wasn't able to kind of find the right timing and the right court positioning in order to attack that second serve. But Rybakina got predictable. It was the same serve every time. Sometimes it would go to the forehand as a changeup. Sabalenka was ready for that if it did happen. But it was the same kind of slower kick serve every time. And Sabalenka just started tuning it up, timing it up. And in the first set, wasn't making those strong returns. Second and the third set, she was. And that made all the difference. I do want to also highlight a portion in the second set where Sabalenka's second serve strategy paid off big time. In the 5-3 game in the second set, Sabalenka missed a lot of first serves. She hit a second serve ace on set point, and she hit a second serve service winner going huge to start the game at love all. 2 free points off the second serve. That's what I'm talking about. That is, at the end of the day, and this was my biggest key to the match, Sabalenka brings a daring second serve strategy. Rybakina brings a safe second serve strategy. And Sabalenka is rewarded for going after it and hitting big second serves. At the end of the day, that was the difference here more often than not. Now, I also think that when it got to neutral, advantage Sabalenka. First of all, she's a better mover than Rybakina. I think she gets her feet in the right position a little bit quicker. The scrambling is a little bit better. Sabalenka is a very good mover for her size. Rybakina, not really. She moves like a 6-foot player. She moves like, a Pliskova, right? Maybe a little bit better, but same kind of thing. So that's a big difference between Sabalenka and Rybakina. But I think an even more important difference is Sabalenka's timing. She's able to change direction a lot better than Rybakina. I think that's a big deal in the neutral rallies. I'd say the power is equal. They both hit the absolute crap out of the ball. We know that. I mean, they crush it. But Rybakina hits to safer targets, and she usually hits the ball right back where it came from, especially when there's depth coming in or when there's pace coming in. She doesn't really have the timing to redirect off of those difficult balls. She's going to go, first of all, on her forehand, almost always cross court, and on her backhand, she's usually going to go, she's usually going to pull the ball, again, kind of cross court. She's going to favor that. Sometimes she'll go down the line, but even when she does, it's not quite as precise. And Sabalenka, from the middle of the court, does a better job of finding those precise angles with her timing, with her very kind of sharp timing on the ball. I don't think Rybakina has that. She's got the power, but Sabalenka has the better timing, and I think that's a big deal. I mean, if you look at the third set, the return game that Sabalenka played, that is as unplayable as you will ever see. That's one of the great return games I've ever seen. Because not only does Sabalenka knock the cover, the living daylights out of every ball she looked at that third set, but she can also move the ball around the court. And I don't think Rybakina has the ability to really do both from neutral. I think she crushes the ball, but she can't move the ball quite as well as Sabalenka at her best. And that break of serve in the third set was a prime example of that, and also a prime example of why Rybakina put in a great performance here. Nothing to be ashamed of. And I don't think I emphasized that enough at the start of this video. This was a unbelievable match. Did I emphasize enough? I don't remember if I said it or not. I'm really, really tired right now, everybody. I want to end on this last point. Clutch serving. Sabalenka, third set. It was there. She got the break, as I mentioned. That was at 3-all. At 4-3, game went to deuce. A lot of tight games, by the way. Second set, 7 out of the 9 games went to deuce. So Sabalenka clearly played good tennis under pressure in that second set to win it in such a closely contested set. But here in the third set, 4-3 game goes to deuce. Service winner at the first deuce. Another service winner, second deuce. And then an ace add in to close the game. Next service game for Sabalenka. It's another tight one. She double faults on championship point. Oh, now she faces break point. Man, what's going to happen if this goes to 5-all? We'll never know. Service winner. Sabalenka coming through with the clutch serves. On the other hand, Rybakina, when her serve was broken here in the third set, this was the game that I mentioned that Sabalenka played incredible, but this was the 3-4 game. No, sorry, this was the 3-all game. Back-to-back missed first serves there from deuce. Not sure what happened at add-in. It might have been a missed first serve. I don't have it in my notes, but, you know, we're going to have to cherry pick here. We're going to have to nitpick here because this is at the end of a third set. All of these close games, all we can do here is look at those last couple points and what happened here. And I will say Sabalenka probably had the more clutch serves down the stretch in the third set. So that's what I think equaled the Aryna Sabalenka victory, but performances that both should be very, very proud of, and an incredible display of power tennis. Congratulations to Sabalenka and her fans. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time.